Now, the squadron leader, Angeline Bosha, is a great story of how women can change the world. She has poured water on all stereotypes and gone against the grain. Now, this is a story of a brave woman who believes anything is possible.
Angeline has shattered the constraints of the term "the sky is the limit" and says she is looking well beyond those limitations. And when she looks back, even she has to admit that she's impressed with just how far she has managed to defy all odds. ZTN Prime's correspondent Tawanda Bote helped us compile this report.
Her job is never for the faint-hearted. Squadron leader Angeline Bosha went against the grain. Not many female fighters have guts to enter these uncharted territories.
There is no syllabus for females, no syllabus for males. So all those hardships and everything that men had to go through, I also had to went through them.
She has stayed true to all that her department represents, a real fighter in the making. As she speaks, you have no doubt as to her confidence. And if given a chance, she will do it again. But can there be some like her joining the Air Force?
To the people out there, they say sky is the limit, but to the girls and the women out there, let me tell you, in the Air Force, sky is not the limit. It's our playground. Come join me. And also, aircraft knows no sex.
As the country celebrated Defense Forces Day on Tuesday, she is one among the armed forces who has dedicated her life to defend the country. It is a life of service.
Let's keep protecting protecting our territorial integrity and protecting the country like we have been doing. And let's keep shining to the women out there. Zimbabwe Defense Forces is also a place for women.
Whichever way you look at it, this is a typical example of how Africa is changing. Brushing aside stereotypes and having an open mind is one great step towards greatness.
Now, this is just an example of a woman who has set the bar high. The biggest question is, how important is it for women to be allowed in a male-dominated space? What are the benefits to a country?
Well, first of all, we're not asking for permission from anybody. We're just going to be there.
Okay.
All right. What Angeline basically has done is said, look, I'm not waiting for anyone to give me permission. So the term allowed, first of all, needs to just disappear from any of these conversations.
Okay.
You know?
Certainly.
Because she said, look, this is what I want to do. And she went for it.
Yeah.
And Angeline, so I've had the privilege of actually being in the same space with her, and she's absolutely phenomenal. When you see her, she's tiny.
Yeah, she
she's
does
tiny,
look...
and she makes fun of herself. It's like, Inka size 28, you know, people are like, what are you going to do with your size 28 self? But look at me now, right? Because she's really tiny. But she grew up in one of those households that was a typical household where, you know, you're a girl, so you have multiple chores to take care of. You've got, you know, siblings to also attend to. So it's rushing between school and this and this and this. And she had all that going on. In the Air Force itself, even when she joined, people were like, But she's told stories of how even when she was pregnant, she was still going for training. She was doing it. She was there. She's like, look, I am not going to treat myself any differently because I'm female, because I'm pregnant, because this, because that. I'm not going to make excuses. I'm going to figure out how to make my situation work. And she would go and she'd do all her training. I think they only found out she was pregnant towards the end of her pregnancy.
Oh, wow, because she was carrying very well.
Because she was carrying very well, and she wasn't letting that let her down. So, you know, if you're a woman and you want to be in a space that, you know, is generally at the moment male-dominated, you don't have to wait for permission. If you believe you have what it takes, prove yourself. Don't ask for favors. Don't ask for special treatment because you're female. Just go ahead, walk in there, own the space. This is what you want. Go for it. I mean, what's stopping us from doing anything else that we want?
I think it's quite important at a time when we had those preliminary census results showing or confirming that women still outnumber men. In such a situation, you wouldn't want a situation whereby probably you've got just Angeline out of maybe 50 people. A situation whereby we've got 30 women who actually make a lot of sense, and it's an encouragement for all women out there to take up all those challenging positions where those spaces were previously dominated by men, and the world can actually be a better place.
Absolutely. Now, one of the other interesting things is the fighter jet that she currently pilots. I can't remember what the name is for the life of me, but it is one of the most advanced in the world.
Oh, wow.
And she's
taken
so
it on.
Her title is, well, when she introduced herself to us, was actually Squadron Commander. Squadron Commander. She commands that squadron.
That's great.
She is in charge of it. You know, so she's actually proving that, look, these things that we think, these toys that we thought were for boys,
they're also for girls.
They're also for girls. Go
Nice
play with
one.
them if you want to, you know. So she's absolutely amazing. And I hope at some point we'll actually get to sit down with her on Morning Rush and talk to her a bit more about her life.